Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Shirnagi, Ayurveda and Medicine doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. Many times people feel pain in the shoulder, but when they go for radiographic imaging or when they take x-ray, they don't find any kind of abnormality into it. And when they go for radiologist says like your shoulder is absolutely fine. But still people are feeling pain in this shoulder, and sometimes this pain is extremely cruciating, and it doesn't even get relieved even by taking painkillers. In some cases this happens like you are not able to sleep properly on the shoulder which has this cruciating pain. So today in this video we are going to figure out how Ayurveda can help you with frozen shoulder. It would be interesting for you to know in Ayurveda frozen shoulder is described as avvahuka. So it's a very Sanskrit terminology for frozen shoulder, or you can also understand it as this frozen shoulder symptoms are very much related to the disease named avvahuka that has been mentioned in Ayurveda. So this frozen shoulder is a disease of shoulder joint and adjoining tissues. And according to Ayurveda, this frozen shoulder happened because of Vata imbalance. So it has been described under Vata Vyadhis. Means it has been described under those diseases which are caused by imbalance of Vata dosh. Usually we have seen we never paid attention to our shoulder joint, but when it starts restricting your movements for some reasons, like we are not able to rotate it properly either in the forward direction or in the backward direction, then we start feeling some difficulty, and then we start figuring out why this pain happened. Sometimes this also pain got radiated to your arm, but we just take it lightly, and eventually if we don't pay attention to it, it will grow and ultimately it leads to frozen shoulder, which is so cruciating pain, like people feel extreme pain in that. And many times it's been seen that this pain not even gets subsides by taking painkillers, because you can take painkillers for a specific period of time, and too much painkillers if you are taking like for a month, for 2 months, then definitely they are not so good for body, because they are harmful for the body. Extreme chemicals if you are taking, they are not so good for the body because they are going to affect your liver, they are going to affect your kidney. So Ayurveda provides you the natural ways and methods with which you can overcome the pain and this disease of frozen shoulder. I am not against painkillers, like when it is needed you should have taken painkillers, because nobody should stay in pain. But if you are using it regularly, like for a month, 2 months, daily you are eating painkiller, so I think that is not a great idea. Rather we should focus, we should understand this frozen shoulder disease and try to do various methods and ways that are being described in our ancient sciences to make our health better, so that we should not be dependent on these painkillers so much. So if you are also suffering from this frozen shoulder, please don't worry, there are ways and methods to overcome it. If we consider the modern perspective, what is the perspective of frozen shoulder? So frozen shoulders is considered as the inflammation of synovial joint. You know, there is a synovial membrane in the shoulder. So in modern aspect, if you go, there is some kind of inflammation in this synovial membrane which cause pain in the shoulder joint. And many times it also been seen like there is fibrosis of the shoulder joint, which is termed as frozen shoulder. But what is the exact etiology of this frozen shoulder in allopathy or modern medicine, that's been not known. Nobody can say like why this frozen shoulder happened. But in ancient Ayurveda there has been given a reason why this frozen shoulder happened, because according to Ayurveda they say it happens because of excess of Vata. When your Vata dosh got imbalanced, then excess of Vata got lodged in your shoulder area. And in this disease what happens, whenever there is imbalance of Vata dosha, means your Vata dosha got aggravated for some reasons, then this Vata dosha got accumulated in your shoulder joint, and in shoulder joint it caused subsequently the constriction of blood supply and the tissue, which restricts the movement of the shoulder joint and ultimately leads to avvahuka, means restricted movement of your joint. Acharya Shushrut, who was one of the pioneer in the surgery, who is also known as the father of surgery in Indian medicine, he explains because when there is excessive vata in your shoulder region, that causes excessive dryness around your ligaments that are present in the shoulder, around the tendons which are present in the shoulder to support your shoulder joint, and connective tissue which makes your shoulder joint, leading to the stiffness and constriction of the blood vessels, ultimately leads to frozen shoulder. In Ayurveda, this shoulder joint is also considered as marma. Marma is the vital point which is very essential for your body or your day-to-day work. So, if sometimes some kind of injury also happens in this marma, as the time passes, that causes the stiffness of your shoulder joint and ultimately leads to frozen shoulder. In addition to that, there is another reason for which Ayurveda considers maybe it will lead to frozen shoulder. If you are not taking wholesome diet, if you are taking diet which is not good for your body, for example, if you are eating that kind of food which is canned and which is not freshly prepared for long time, then it will disturb your vata dosh. Or if you are eating very late at night, for example, you are eating at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, then that also disturbs your vata dosh. If you are keeping yourself awake by 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock during the night, then that also disturbs your vata dosh. So, whenever these reasons which disturbs your vata dosh come into play, that can also be the reason of your frozen shoulder. That's why in Ayurveda a lot of importance has been given that you take your diet on time, you try to cook fresh meals and try to eat it within 3 hours of cooking. Include a lot of vegetables and fruits in your diet because they are very beneficial, and many of the fruits balance vata dosh. So, these are the small things which can lead to a vata imbalance, and ultimately vata dosh got lodged in your shoulder region and it can cause frozen shoulder. In addition to that, Ayurveda also give a lot of importance, like certain actions if you are doing that can lead to frozen shoulder. Overindulgence in excessive physical exercise. For example, if you are going to gym and you are indulging yourself very vigorously for long hours in a day, and extreme workout you are doing, that can also lead to vata imbalance and ultimately it will lead to frozen shoulder. If you happen to do wrestling with the man who is extremely powerful than you, then also that can lead to vata aggravation and ultimately it will lead to frozen shoulder. If somebody indulge himself in excessive swimming for many hours, rather than he is not professional swimmer and he is trying swimming in the very beginning and he is indulging this himself in swimming for long hours, then that can also aggravate vata and ultimately it will lead to frozen shoulder. If somebody is sleeping with extremely wrong posture during the sleep in the bed, that can also eventually will lead to frozen shoulder. Actually, what happens is when this vata dosh aggravated for the various reasons that I have mentioned, so what it will do, it will dry on the structures that are present inside the shoulder joint and the tissue surrounding it, which ultimately will lead to vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction means those arteries which supply blood to the shoulder region that got constricted, and when these got constricted, definitely when there is no proper supply, that means there will be no supply of nutrients properly to the shoulder, neither oxygen nor proper blood supply, because blood vessels got constricted because of excessive lodging of vata at that place. So, that definitely then the tissue in that area that will start crying for pain because he is not able to get proper nutrients, and that slowly will started drying up and ultimately it will restrict the shoulder movement, which you feel as like there is some restriction in the movement and there is a pain in the shoulder joint. In addition to that, there are certain other diseases also for which frozen shoulder can be a complication, or there are many times it happens there are underlying diseases for which frozen shoulder will become very common ailment. For example, diabetes people, hypertension. If somebody is having diabetes, it's frozen shoulder is most commonly seen in diabetes, and in hypertension. If somebody has hypertension also, frozen shoulder has been seen more commonly in these patients. If somebody has sometimes hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, in these people also frozen shoulder is seen very commonly. In addition to that, somebody has cardiopulmonary ailments, then also this frozen shoulder is very common. Now the question comes like how we will figure out what are the early signs of this frozen shoulder and how we can figure out what is frozen shoulder and how you can prevent your shoulder joint from not getting attacked by it. So first we will see what are the early signs and symptoms of this frozen shoulder and how we can figure out by ourselves like maybe it is frozen shoulder. No question about it that you need a diagnosis of a doctor, but it is always good to know disease by yourself because the more you understand your disease, the more better judgment and help you can provide for that disease. That's why it becomes very important to just read and study more about that disease or know your disease well so that you can treat it well. The first thing that comes, what is the most common early symptom of that disease is you start feeling restricted movement of your shoulder joint. Like let's suppose you are taking your this hand back, you feel like there is some kind of restriction. For example, in the morning you get up and you want to do comb in your hair, but for some reason you are not able to take your hand up. So if this kind of movement restriction is happening, that can be very simple sign that maybe your shoulder is going towards frozen shoulder. So that means this is high time that you can start using preventive care, so your shoulder joint does not land up into frozen shoulder. And you please don't worry at all because there are various ways and methods to deal with frozen shoulder, and it is not some kind of deadly disease. It's a very simple disease with which easily people can overcome by using little bit of precaution. So it is not some kind of very dangerous disease. It is just like I am explaining it so that you understand this disease well. Other symptoms which you feel like, maybe you feel like there is a stiffness in your shoulder joint. So you feel like your shoulder joint is not very flexible, and if you see like there is a restriction in the motion of shoulder joint, for example you are not able to make this circle of this shoulder joint, that means maybe this is high time that we start using precautions to protect our shoulder joint. So let's see what Ayurveda has to do with this shoulder joint and how Ayurveda can help you with this shoulder joint. Not only Ayurveda, in this frozen shoulder even your yoga is extremely important. But before going for the treatment or like how what are the things that we do in Ayurveda to protect your shoulder joint, it becomes extremely important that you get your proper diagnosis. And these are the things which I have said to create little bit information for you, but still it does not mean like you need not to go and visit your doctor. It is very, very important that you go and visit your doctor and take the proper checkup and make sure like the disease, because in shoulder there can be many diseases. So whether the disease is definitely a frozen shoulder or this pain is because of some other problem. So that thing is extremely important. Like I always say, self-diagnosis is not so good, self-medication is not so good, because we should always take the advice of professionals, because that help our journey extremely better. And once the thing get diagnosed, then we can use various things to come over that disease and to fight with that disease. But it is always beneficial to take help of medical professionals, because they know this disease much better than you. So it becomes extremely important. In Ayurveda, how we treat frozen shoulder is very simple. If you are diagnosed with frozen shoulder, you can use oiling this shoulder joint. How you can oil this shoulder joint? You can use medicated oils, and these medicated oils in Ayurveda, there are various medicated oils that's been used in treating frozen shoulder, but which medicated oil is being used for you, that can be decided only after Ayurveda consultation. But yes, there are medicated oils that we use. So one thing is you massage your shoulder joint with this medicated oil. Because this medicated oil has a property to subside your vata dosha. There are various kind of medicated oils. I say in the video people will start randomly using these oils, and these oils are suitable for specific body type people, and for other body type people maybe that oil will not be so suitable. That's why I am not mentioning the names of Ayurveda medicated oils which are available for especially for this frozen shoulder, which we are also treating people with that. But if somebody wants, then definitely please take proper consultation either from me or from any qualified Ayurveda doctor. He will help you with it to get know your medicines properly, and once consultation is done, you can do it by yourself. You take this medicated oil and just massage your shoulder joint either by yourself or with the help of some of your friend or spouse or family member. So this one thing you will do. After that, the next procedure which we do to treat frozen shoulder is we use various kind of herbs and produce steam out of it, and we use this steam to heal this shoulder joint. Many times what we do, we prepare decoction also of various herbs, and then we soak some thick towel or cotton into it, and after that we put this towel on this shoulder region, which works as a medicated steam, and it is very beneficial to subside the Vata dosha. And when Vata dosha will get subside, your recovery from this frozen shoulder will become very quick. In addition to that, we also use various oral medications that are present in Ayurveda, but these medications also need to be taken under the guidance and under the consultation of proper Ayurveda doctor, the doctor who has proper degree in Ayurveda medicine, because only those doctors are allowed to prescribe medicines. Just on the basis of 6 month certificates, you cannot prescribe any medicine for anyone. But those doctors who went through medical school, Ayurveda medicine school, they are qualified to prescribe medicines, Ayurveda medicines. So it is very important, like when you are taking any consultation, you take it from proper channel and proper doctor. So in addition to that, in Ayurveda there are various rasayans that are immunity boosters, and various medicines that will help to bring the shoulder joint to the normal. But these, like I mentioned, these medicines and these everything should be taken only with proper consultation. For example, there is a decoction called Dashmula Kwat. It is very beneficial, but it can be given to certain people, it cannot be given to certain people. So that thing can be decided only by Ayurveda doctor. But there are other certain things which everybody can do, like you start eating wholesome diet. Wholesome diet means that diet which includes organic things, and that includes more of vegetable and fruits in the diet. That is extremely beneficial. Try to eat hot cooked meals, because hot cooked meals are easy to digest and they don't imbalance Vata dosh, rather than if you are eating food which is been kept in refrigerator for 2 days and then you are reheating it, then it is not so beneficial, because it disturbs your Vata dosha, and ultimately it will lead to ultimately this disturbed Vata will get lodged in your shoulder joint and it will aggravate your pain. In addition to that, your digestive fires plays very important role in your frozen shoulder. So what you can do to balance your digestive fire, try to eat food in the food timings, don't eat food extreme late at the night. At the same time, whenever you are eating food, don't drink water immediately after having food, because that will diminish your fire, digestive fire, and digestion will become difficult. In addition to that, don't drink water immediately before having food, like a glass of water. That will also disturb your digestive fire, and when your digestive fire is not proper, the digestion doesn't happen properly. So that's why in Ayurveda a lot of importance has been given to how you eat, what you eat, and especially when you are eating food, try to eat food in a calmness, quietness, and don't talk while eating food, because when you are talking and eating, that also aggravate your Vata dosha. So that's why in Ayurveda says, when you are eating, please try to eat in silence. So there is one more very important Ayurveda practice, that is called Shashti Shali Pind Soer. So that is a kind of specific massage that been used for treating this frozen shoulder, in which we make we cook rice in a certain way, and after that we make a wrap. We just wrap it in a cotton cloth, and after that we dip this cotton cloth in various decoctions, and then we will rub your frozen shoulder with that rice bag. So, it is extremely beneficial for frozen shoulder, and it has natural property to balance your vata dosha, and it will relieve your, it will make your shoulders, frozen shoulder better in few sittings. So, these are the things which are been mentioned in Ayurveda which can help you in frozen shoulder. In addition to that, there is another very important aspect, that is yoga. And you would be surprised to know this yoga is extremely beneficial in frozen shoulder. But if you are new to yoga and you have no idea what are the practices that are very beneficial in this frozen shoulder, so there is one Isha yoga practice that is about shoulder movements. That practice is extremely beneficial. If you do it 5-6 times a day, that is extremely beneficial to relieve this frozen shoulder, because it's a very gentle practice and almost everybody can do slowly, very slowly and gently. And if you want to know more about this practice, you please write to us. We will send you the link. Like this is the practice that includes a set of neck practices and a shoulder practice, which will be very beneficial to get over this frozen shoulder. So, this is one way. There is one more another practice that is called directional movement of arms, that is also very beneficial for early stages of frozen shoulder. Like those people who do not have very cruciating pain in their shoulder, those people can try this directional movement of arms, that is one of the Isha Upayoga practice. But if you have already very cruciating pain in your shoulder and you find your shoulder pain is too much, then you can try this neck practices along with the shoulder practice. So, if you want to know more about these practices, you please write to us. We will guide you how you can do it, and we can also send you the links how to do it, so that it will become easy for you and with guidelines, and you will be able to overcome this frozen shoulder very easily. In addition to that, you try to focus on more on pranayam and meditation, because meditation is extremely beneficial to release stress from your mind and make your mind calm. And whenever your mind is calm, definitely it generates health and it helps your body to heal naturally. So, this is one thing that you can do. Yoga, if you want to do certain type of more yoga, the very important practice that you can do, which can be helpful in frozen shoulder, that is Surya Namaskar. But make sure, like, your frozen shoulder should not be in worst condition. When I am saying worst condition, means if somebody is in extremely cruciating pain, definitely that time he will not be able to do Surya Namaskar. But it is a very early stage of your frozen shoulder, then you can opt for Surya Namaskar. It is extremely beneficial practice, or sun salutation. And if you want to know more about it, you please write to us. We can guide you how you can learn this practice. And if you want to avoid frozen shoulder, and if you want, like, I never want to suffer with frozen shoulder, definitely try to adopt certain yoga practices in your life. So, Isha Upayoga, it's one of the very simple practice that you all can do. In addition to that, there is Yoga Namaskar, which you can practice. If you want to learn these practices, you please write to us. We will guide you how you can do these practices, and you can protect yourself from being caught into frozen shoulder. Because if there is a history of frozen shoulder in your family, then it is always good to take precautions in advance, because if your shoulder joint, if your tendons, if your bones will remain healthy, then definitely you will not land into such conditions. But if you already have landed into frozen shoulder, you need not to worry, but there definitely then you cannot do all yoga practices, but you need to take certain precautions for certain practices. For example, I mentioned, like, if you have cruciating pain, definitely you will not be able to opt for Surya Namaskar, but you can opt for these small neck practices along with shoulder practices. So, that's the thing, that's how we can use yoga also and Ayurveda also to make the health of our shoulder joint better. And there is one more exercise which you can do in your daily day-to-day life. You just keep your arms like this, you stretch your arms like this and keep your hands like this and try to make a round circle like this, 3 times clockwise like this and 3 times anti-clockwise like this. So, this is the very simple practice that you can do while even standing posture or sitting posture. It is best to do it in a sitting posture because then your back has a proper support. So, you sit in a cross-legged posture and then you just do these rotations 3 times in clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. So, this practice is also very beneficial in frozen shoulder, but make sure like your disease should be frozen shoulder, it should not be some kind of fracture which cause pain, because for fracture definitely we restrict the movements of the shoulder, and so that is why it becomes very important that you diagnose it well, like whether it is a frozen shoulder or some other condition that is causing pain. So, whatever practices I have told, it is only regarding frozen shoulder. In addition to that, you can also use a Marma therapy for healing this frozen shoulder. What is Marma therapy? Marma therapy is acupressure of the nearby points of shoulder joint, like here where is this deltoid muscle insertion is there. You know, there is a muscle over here, deltoid, it has insertion over here. So, you can put a pressure on this point for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release it. You just put a pressure for the count of 5 and then release it. Similarly, in nearby points also you can put a acupressure for the counting of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will also lead to better circulation of your blood. And this also comes under the treatment of Marma therapy, because shoulder joint is considered as Marma, and if you are putting pressure like this, that is also very beneficial for the blood circulation. But make sure you are not putting extreme pressure, it should be gentle pressure. Just for the count of 5 and then just release it. So, you can do it in 2-3 times a day. It will also help you to come over this frozen shoulder. It's been seen that many times Kapha body type people and Vata body type people are more prone to frozen shoulders, and it is something very serious disease, you can easily overcome it. But it is just like if we do not take precautions and if we do not take right measures in frozen shoulders, sometimes this disease lasts for years, sometimes 1 year, sometimes 2 years, and in some people this pain becomes extremely cruciating. So, that is why it becomes very important that we take proper precautions at proper time, so that we do not land into difficult situations. And because if we land into difficult situations, then we use various kind of chemicals that will harm our body. For example, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So, no need to use these drugs if you are taking proper precautions and if we are taking proper care of our shoulder. Even if somebody has frozen shoulder, we can come over it very naturally. So, these are the ways and methods which I have mentioned to deal with frozen shoulder. So, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you are watching me for the first time, do not forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you stay in tune with our upcoming videos. So, that is all for today, and if you have any questions regarding frozen shoulder or regarding Ayurveda or health, you please feel free to write to us. We will try to answer your questions in the best possible way. And regarding consultations also, you please write to us. We will guide you how it can be done. So, that is all for today. With this note, I would like to say stay healthy, stay blessed.